Right, so the morning after, the night before, the storm, the rain, the hail, and all the rest of it. Having my coffee without any coffee in it. So it's basically coffee whitener, sugar, hot water. But yeah, I stayed dry.
Ain't gonna World Cup for Mike.
So, misadventure last night at about midnight because it was coming in at this corner. So luckily I brought my old, it's only about 2 months old, tarp. And I just strung it up on that corner and it kept out all the rain. So yeah, stayed nice and dry. Howling wind, it's a rough night. I did get a fair bit of sleep. Kept dozing off. But the issue I've got is trying to go for a piss. I mean, yeah, if I can be asked, I'll get out and aim. Just dangle my legs and bollocks over. And I aim underneath the hammock. But sometimes my leg's in too much pain. So I try to lean over. It can be difficult aiming in the dark. Especially with an underquilt. Say no fuck you more. But yeah, it's a good setup. The only thing I'm going to change for next time is I might actually bring food next time. I don't know. It'd be nice to actually cook up some food for breakfast. I'm just not hungry in the mornings. If I get me coffee and bickies, traditional English breakfast. No, it's not a cup of tea and a fag. It's coffee and biscuits. Dunky dunk dunk. But it'd be nice to just come up, do a fry up. Now I've established the fact I do really love this little setup. The trees are just the right distance apart. And yeah, I'm slowly getting the right height. That end needs to be a little bit higher. And that'd be sweet as a fucking nut. So, oh dear, burping. But yeah, it's a great setup. There's a slight issue with the trees not being in quite the perfect place, but I could always modify stuff to accommodate. For example, I could put a cord on that branch, that one there, drop it down, and then tie the one coming across, this one, to it. Because it's coming too far this direction, really. And that way I could actually use it to hang. I'm just really glad I brought the extra long piece of cord. Well, I think it's 20 meters, 30 meters. I don't know. I've not measured it. But the orange one, it's a nice length. It does all the job I want it to. And I still had my. I think it's a 10 meter one. This one, I think it's a 10 meter. So the other ones are going to have to be 40 or 50 meter. But that one inside did a brilliant job because it was sagging so badly in the middle. Freaking cobwebs. Oh no, it's radio. It was sagging so badly, I put a lattice work up, just strung it across, zigzagging in the night, and that kept it up. So I didn't have any like bulging, fucking saggy tits coming toward your face.
Oh, that's what she said.
And yeah, everything stayed dry. It's a nice setup, actually. It's really, you do things on the fly just because it feels right. When you get experience doing stuff, you get into a habit of knowing what feels right and what doesn't feel right. So yeah, I am thinking about doing other things, like bringing up my hammock chair, which I've not used. I've used it in the house to make sure it worked. I strung it up between two doors, and that's the only time I actually used the thing, because it weighs more than a hammock. This sort of canvas thing, but it's the sort of thing that'd be nice to chuck it up in one of these trees, rather than having to sit on the damn wall or climb back into the hammock. When you get in the hammock, you don't want to get out. It's too much effort and it's too comfy. Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like, I don't really want to cut holly normally under normal circumstances, but it's a holly woods, and there are some strands that need respacing. I did forestry for a while. I was actually qualified in a different name, different country, but I was qualified. So some of the holly does need respacing because you've got a piece like this where it's been coppiced, cut right down, and loads of strands coming up, but they're killing each other off because it's too dense. So I could take some of that and use and try and string it across behind to act like a wind barrier. bit of a windbreak. But I'm pretty sure I saw some cob trees, hazel trees is a common name, up there somewhere. So I could go and, because they bloody grow really fast. Get a twig of that stick in the ground, it grows into a new tree. So I could get some of that and use that just to make a bit of a windbreak on the backside. And that would free up more of this 5x5 canvas to come over the front. What I need to do really is weigh that canvas, not canvas, tarp, and then weigh the original two I've got, which came with the hammock. So I must see just how much of a weight difference there is. Also, the bag has got a fair bit of weight to it. It's a sturdy bag. I mean, if it is a massive weight difference, then I might... See, if you check the weather forecast, you know if it's going to piss down the rain or not. There's a lot of chestnuts here. Ooh, that one actually has... Ow! Stabby! Chestnuts inside, that's going on the fire. Chestnuts roasting on a... Put out fire, because I put the fire out, didn't I? Bollocks. Oh well. I can go in there, the heat might cook it a little bit. Cook breakfast! Anyway, what was I saying? Can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I want to weigh the tarps. Yeah, it's nice having that big 5x5 metre one, and it's really good against the elements, but it's the weight. I want to keep trying to cut down on the weight I'm carrying. So if those two smaller tarps, I'll also weigh up the polyplastic, because I want to check the weight difference on them. Now I've got scales, I can actually do that. So I can check the weight difference. I mean, it's nice having a 5x5, it looks better, professional, blah, 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 blah. But it comes down to how much weight I've got to carry. And I also like to be able to see the trees when I'm in the hammock. The way I had it set last night, all I could see was a little squint out of this corner and a little squint out of that corner, and that was all I could see. And I felt a little bit vulnerable. Whereas with the polyplastic, you can see through it and you've got nice visibility. So you can see what's coming to get you. But yeah, that's my setup. I can't be asked doing a breaking camp video because I'm too knackered. And I don't have any caffeine. It's kind of annoying. Plus, I'm getting really weird deja vu drinking this. It's the sort of thing you have when you're on like a forced march or a bit of a yomp or something. You don't have caffeine. You don't have tea bags. You don't have hot chocolate. What you have is coffee whitener, sugar, or, if you're desperate, sweeteners. Sweeteners are... Let's put it to you like this. Sweeteners, saccharins, are more highly controlled in prison than the ingredients to make booze. They're more controlled, the sweeteners and saccharins in prison, than Class A drugs. It's easier to get coke than it is to get sweeteners in prison because they're such a narcotic effect. If you grind them up, put them into a roll-up and smoke it, it fucks your brain, big time. So I always try to avoid that kind of stuff because the chemicals they put into it is fucking horrendous and it is seriously brain fucking. But that's why I use sugar. But yeah, I'm getting kind of like deja vu to when I had this stuff for a week. It fucks your guts up, but it gives you the energy to keep going. But I miss me caffeine and me bickies.